Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Angela Brennan and today I'm going to be showing you a technique that I've learned on my online class for Altenew Level 2 Educator Certification Program on alcohol markers. I've not tried this technique before. I've done ink smooshing with distress inks, dye inks, distress oxide inks, but not with alcohol inks. So here's what you need. Alcohol markers, and I use Altenew's Artist alcohol markers. You need glossy card, which is really alcohol ink card, and I got that from Ranger. You also need a mini mister with isopropyl alcohol. This is to activate the alcohol marker inks, so you can do some ink smooshing. And I also use a paintbrush because I also use some diluted alcohol inks to paint the images I have. These are the few items that I need. I use a craft sheet because I want to protect my workspace or my glass mat. You can also do it in a glass mat, but I think it's easier on a craft sheet. I scribbled the colors of the alcohol markers I want to use. I've kind of chosen rainbow colors. So I scribble it just randomly on the craft sheet. And then what I'll do is I will spray some isopropyl alcohol on it. But one thing to be careful is when you use isopropyl alcohol, please make sure you use it in a ventilated room. If not, it can cause some irritation and give you a headache. So I have windows in my craft room open. I spray it liberally with isopropyl alcohol. You got to work quite fast if not they dry out. And I put the glossy card of the alcohol ink card on it. And you can keep doing different layers on it. So I have a few alcohol ink cards out. And to get a more diluted view, I just spray more isopropyl alcohol on it. Now, the thing about this, you can never get the same pattern again because it's really quite organic. It's different. Every time you put your alcohol ink card down, you get a different look. There are many mediums you can use. You can also use vellum, and you can use something called Dursula. But I will use this now. I will do another video going forward with alcohol inks where you've got different mediums you can use. You can also use aluminum sheets, and you can use stickers. Then what I do next is I put some anti-static powder on the alcohol ink cards where I've got ink on it. I've got ink smooshed on it because I'm going to do some embossing. And I've chosen this beautiful stamp from Altenew called Bouquet of Love. And I use the same stamp for all the cards. I make 5 cards all in and I stamp on 4 of them. Some embossing ink, and then I use various embossing powders and I stamp on it. Now the thing to remember, because it's a glossy card, you need to preheat your heat tool for 30 to 40 seconds before you actually place it onto the start embossing the image. And I always start from behind the card so that the embossing powder kind of sticks to the card a little bit before you go to the front of the card. And when you're on the front of the card, you keep moving your heat tool, because if you don't, you could get the card warped. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And when you do subscribe, do press the notification bell so you're alerted when a new video is uploaded. I'm going to leave you with some music and I'll catch you later. Here are all the cards I've created. I've added sentiments and some gems, my trademark gems. I can't finish a card without gems. So that's the card where I just stamped. I didn't do any coloring and I just stamped with Stays On ink, the sentiment. Here I colored with alcohol ink markers to give it a more intense look and added a sentiment. And this card here, I did add some alcohol markers, but I think I diluted quite a few of the leaves to give it a more subtle look, and I use a similar die cut for the sentiment. Here I use purely all diluted alcohol ink markers with the isopropyl alcohol, and I painted it with the paintbrush. And this one I did no stamping, but just used the thanks die cut, and I stamped a sub-sentiment with Stays On ink. I love how all these cards came out. I'd not tried this technique before, and I'm glad I've learned this technique. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. When you do subscribe, remember to press the notification bell so you're alerted when a new video is uploaded. Do head over to my blog. Link is in the description below so you can see close-up pictures of all the cards I've created as well as all the products I've used. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I look forward to seeing you at my next video. Take care and happy crafting.